Hello everyone! So today I have two gorgeous kits to share with you, and they were provided to me by VIP Cross Stitch. So really quick, before we get into this, I wanted to talk a little bit about VIP Cross Stitch. They are a cross stitch company and they provide so many options and styles for you to choose from. So you can organize what your preferences are by, say, scenery, anime characters, or maybe like TV series or something like that, or even Disney if you want. You also have the option to sort from 9 count to I believe 18 count. You can also choose which brand you want to do. For example, this one is a spring kit, and this package is a Joy Sunday kit, but they also have other ones to choose from. So right now they do have a Black Friday sale going on, and there will be a discount code down below for you to use for that, and it is 15% off, and the code is Black Friday 15. And when you place your order, write in the message box free gift and you will get a free gift. So hopefully you guys take advantage of this if you are seeing this before Black Friday. So this first kit today is spring brand, obviously, and it's kitties. I love it. Here, let me get you closer. So stinking cute, right? So this is an 11 count kit. It is called Spring Brand 11 count stamped cross stitch cat calendar. It is 48 by 48 centimeters, and right here on the listing it does say it has 30 colors. And the price for this kit without the discount applied is $10.21. So, you know, take advantage of that 15% off, you guys. All right, so Spring Brand is definitely one of my most sought after kits now. I love these so much. I've recently become obsessed with them, though I don't typically care who I purchase from. I just know Spring Brand, Joy Sunday, and Mona Lisa brands are all hand charted, which just means you're getting the picture you're looking at. And the stitching is going to be crisp and clear, and sometimes there's back stitch in these hand charted kits and sometimes there's not. So Spring Brand does come in this button snap pouch if you are new to Spring Brand. And let me just, okay. Sometimes the cover image is not part of the pattern, but we will see. So let me put this aside. And the first thing we're gonna look at is that all spring kits come with this instructions sheet in case you are new to stamped cross stitch. The patterning will wash off of the fabric once you are done. You can do your back stitch using the paper pattern after you're done all of the rest of the stitching and then wash it, but I personally prefer, at least if it's small. If it's a smaller kit, I will do all of the the background stitching, like the full stitches, the quarter stitches, what have you. Wash it, dry it, and then I will go do my back stitch, and then I will iron it. But when I have really big kits that include back stitch, I will just do a section where I can isolate like a single outline to a character or something, and then I will back stitch it without washing my canvas, just because I know if it's super, super big, I probably won't be motivated to go back and do the back stitch later. So the next one is, so behind, or part of our front cover photo they gave us is the pattern. So right down here it says page 1. Look at that big smile. I am so obsessed with these kitties. So cute. And for those of you who don't know, I have a white Maine Coon. She looks like a toasted marshmallow with the gray paws, tail, and face. Her name is Maisie. I call her Crazy Maisie or Maisie May. The printing is a fair size. It is still a bit small, but like definitely this is larger than a lot of other paper patterns. And over here we have our legend where they're going to show you what is on the paper pattern versus what is on the canvas. So when the paper pattern mocks the true colors you're going to see in the completed project, it's more than likely not going to match your fabric. But sometimes with spring, their paper patterns do match their fabric, so just pay attention because that will just mean the symbols on the inside are actually the colors that the symbol represents rather than the other symbol the symbol represents. So I'm seeing 26 colors in full stitch and then 1 in French knot. Let me turn this over. So that means so far we have 27 colors. And then, yep, because here we have 28, 29, and then 30. So there are 30 colors in this kit, and that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors in backstitch, which does make sense. There's a lot of differently colored kitties in here, and here's just the bottom of the pages for the rest of the pattern. And then right here, my favorite thing is when they show us the page separation, because I hate piecing it together myself. All spring kits have their canvases separately wrapped in cellophane. It's a cellophane bag, to clarify. So here is our paper canvas. Hold on, let me push my chair back away from my butt a little bit. Right. And I will be linking these both down in the description box below, as well as typing up that coupon code for you. So the canvas is serged with spring. I've only ever had, I want to say 1 kit, but it's actually 12 because they're miniature zodiac kits. Those are the only kits I ever purchased where they weren't serged around the edge, but I think that's probably just because of how small they are. But I'm not so sure how true that is because I do have a small kit I'm working on now by spring and it is serged, but it's 14 count. So it looks like we have like 1.5 inches, 2 inches of border space around our image, which is more than enough if you want to frame this. And I love how crisp and clear the printing is. Definitely lots of color blocking in here. But before we look close at the stitches, let's look over at the legend because it is printed nice and large over here. And this canvas is definitely stiffer, but as always with stamped cross stitches, if you just kind of crunkle them a bit or like massage them a bit, they will loosen up if you prefer to work on a looser canvas. I tend not to loosen my canvases most of the time when I work on them, but I will say I recommend you do it because it helps you get a better tension on your stitches. That way they're not so tight that it's like warping your fabric once you wash it, because it'll already be relaxed when you stitch on it, so you'll know if you're stitching too tight. All right, let's look at these symbols up close. If I can get it to agree with me. Let's look at this one, he's cute. So really clear symbols. As you can tell, this is a partial. There's a lot of white space in here we won't be doing. And this is white fabric. I was gonna say, sometimes it's like an off-white. I know they have like beige color fabrics sometimes, which I do like those ones. Those ones, they soften up pretty nicely. Lots of color blocking in him. So yeah, very easy to read symbols. They all seem to be in their own square. Super crisp printing for this one. And then up here, it does tell you it is 164 stitches wide by 164 high. That by no means is how many stitches you're doing. As you can clearly see within the limits of this box, there is a lot of white space, but it's gonna be so cute with all the little hearts inside of it. I really want to start this one, but I know I can't keep starting kits. If you know me, you know I have too many already. So let's go ahead and let me put this back and we'll look at the colors. So because it's 30 colors, we get all of our flosses fitting on exactly one floss card. So I'm going to start by showing you colors 1 through 15. And then we're going to have colors 16 through 30. Hold on, 30's kind of sitting weird. Right, 16 through 30. Lots of 26. But remember, a lot of these ones, or at least these three for sure, are backstitch, so there's not a whole lot needed. And then we do have our needles stapled right here to our floss card for us, but it doesn't come with scissors or a thimble, but most of them seem to come with a thimble when they aren't brand kits, but let's be honest, how many of us are using that thimble? All right, so now I'm going to pick this all up and we will go to the bigger kit, which is absolutely gorgeous. So the second kit here is a Joy Sundae. The only difference is their instructions are right here on the back for you if you wanted to read those kind of before you open it and get into it. I will admit, when I first started cross-stitching, I didn't know the difference between 11 count, 14 count, and all of that, and I didn't know about separating strands for use. So they do have an example here. So you get a whole thread is 6 strands, and for 11 count you use 3 of those, and for 14 count you use 2. For 18 you can use 2 or 1, and then for 9 count you use 4. That's not listed here, but just so you know in case you are new to cross stitch. So here is the next one. I'll pull it up closer in a second. I need to bring up the listing for you. Alright, so as usual with Joy Sundaes, I try and aim for a 14 count. Sometimes they give you an option to get it counted or stamped, and then sometimes they also allow you to get like 11 count, 14 count, 16 count, and stuff like that. So make sure you're reading the listings before you buy it if you have a preference. So this is the next one I chose, and this one is absolutely gorgeous. I love this one. I love the grays, I love the whites, and I love the oranges mixed in. This just to me screamed autumn, and I am a big fan of autumn. That is probably my favorite season. So a little bit about this one. This one is stamped. It's called Hometown. It is, let me put this down so I can put the price up. It is 87 by 52 centimeters, and it says on the listing that it has 56 colors, and this one cost $22.69 before using the Black Friday discount. So Joy Sundae is a little bit different. They come in kind of a Ziploc bag, and I don't believe their cover photos really ever are part of the pattern, so I'm just gonna not pull that out with everything else, or try not to. So this one is a bigger one, which is why I wanted to do this one last. I always struggle to get them out when I'm pulling everything out at once. Goodness. All right, so I'm gonna set the bag aside. All right, let's look at the paper pattern first. So this time it comes in a sort of booklet. So the booklet does kind of have sort of a smell. I think that might just be the ink or the machine that printed it, because the canvas doesn't seem to hold that same scent as strongly. It is on like a shiny paper. It is terrible, like as in you can rip it, not as in it sucks. So be careful with that. Definitely is smaller, as you can see, but if you needed to, you could easily fit this in a standard printer scanner, and like the top press down one, not the one where it pulls it through, because I know some scanners work that way because I've had one. But you could scan this with your printer and then just zoom in on your computer to look at it larger. And I'm not sure if you can enter these or find a way to get these onto Pattern Keeper or not. I've never used Pattern Keeper, so I don't know how it works. All right, so it looks like they are in order. So this is page 1. So we're up in the trees. That was my bird, sorry. This is page 2 and 3. So it looks like we're working across the top. And right here is our center line, that red line right there. That's the center line going down. So if you wanted to find your center, and then it looks like down here at the bottom of the page, we have another red line. So it looks like the very center of the pattern would be right here if you were trying to start in the center. I could be wrong. That could be part of the back stitch because I am seeing red lines for back stitch, but I do know this is a center line. So page 3, 4, 5, and then this one is upside down, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. 5. Oh, I'm just silly. Okay, 5, 6. Ooh, see, this one's getting kind of mysterious on this page. And then 7. Page 8. And then here separately, because I'm assuming they had an odd number of pages, this one's 9. And then page 10, just a little bit. And then right here, here's my favorite part. This shows you how the breakdown of those pages are. So it does look like this is probably the center from that line I saw. Maybe. Yes. Okay, so that was the center. And then we have another little photo of what we're working on here. I just think it's so gorgeous and emotional. So we have the page breakdown on that. And we did see back here all of the other information we needed. So here we have all of our colors. So these 3 are what's on the paper pattern, and then these 3 are what is going to be on the canvas. And so if we're looking at it, we have up to 56 colors in full stitch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in back stitch. So it is indeed 56 colors, which is super awesome. Right, let's put this aside and look at the canvas. All right, this is large, so it's not going to fit fully on my desk here. But just as spring was, this is serge. The only difference is they are smaller stitches because it is an 11 count. And this fabric does feel thinner, but Joy Sundaes will also soften up pretty quickly for you. Oh, that's weird. It has a different name. It says Mother's Family at the top. You can't see all of it. Or maybe you can. Yeah, Mother's Family. Huh. Let me... Oh, yeah. I guess they named it something different on the website. Okay. So I'm going to turn this sideways so you can see it. I can push it up for you, and then we'll look at the legend after the fact. So this one, again, is going to be a partial. As you see, we have all this white space that we're not going to be working. So here is all of the canvas. And this one is going to have a bit more confetti than the other. Let me fold this in half if possible and see if I can show you half at a time. Come on, fold for me. So here is the right half of the image. I love the fact that it has this lovely reflection in it. That just adds so much quality and depth to the image itself. And then again, all this space up here we're not going to be working. And then here's the left half of the image with that beautiful autumn tree, and then the other portion of the bridge. This one does have a little bit more stitching than the other end, but that is fine. And then down here, hold this awkwardly, we do have a nice and large legend to read, and it does look like it fits all the way to the very end. Sorry, I'm holding this the wrong way. I'm trying not to hit the arm that's holding up the camcorder. And then all of our back stitching, but I'm not sure if I would do the back stitching before or after this one. I might actually do the back stitching like as I go with this one because it is a 14 count and still large. So, but I will tell you, I'm not gonna be, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. So they didn't print the back stitch on here, so I don't know why they put it on the fabric in the legend right here. But I will be using the paper pattern as I go. As I complete a section, I will do some of the back stitch and just keep it going that way. Because Joy Sundaes have always washed out beautifully for me, so I know I don't really have to agitate it at all. I just have to put it in the warm soapy water, let it soak for maybe 30 minutes as I normally do, and then rinse it off. All right, so down here, we can see it is 433 wide by 240 tall. And I want to fold this back up real quick so I can attempt to get it at an angle where we can look at the stitching. And I want to look at the stitches, or not the stitches, the symbols over the tree, because they are quite similar. So that would be a good tell on how defined these are. And so far it's looking pretty good. I would say it could be a little bit clearer, but they're different enough to where I don't think you would really get confused. I do know that when there are circles and X's, because I'm seeing green circles and green X's in here, when there are symbols like that, I know I get really confused. I can't see that well, and these are tiny. My camcorder is better at seeing this than me. So definitely make sure you're in good lighting, because like see these two right here, even with my camcorder blowing this up for me, it still looks like, if I'm not fully paying attention or in really great lighting, that I might accidentally stitch the wrong one. So definitely just check on that and make sure that you are stitching the correct portions that need to be stitched. I think I'm folding this wrong. I don't remember if it was folded out or... I'm never good at folding things back up. Hold on. Well, I mean, I can't really see another way to fold it up, so we're just gonna leave it like that. And since we have 56 colors, I believe it was, we have only 2 floss cards. Joy Sundae likes to staple them together, and in that staple they do include 2 needles. I'm honestly surprised they didn't include more than 2 for this large one, because when you have large kits, they usually give you more needles, but I guess we only got 2. And we did get the floss cards that show what the colors should be representing, the DMC code, and how much, like how many. And then I do know, at least I believe I read somewhere, that Joy Sundae provides 20% more threads than you need. But we'll see about that, because my stitching style, geez, eats up a lot of floss, and I do have one kit where I didn't have enough to stitch all of one color even when I stitched the typical way, but that was a very old kit that I've had for quite some time, and even then I bought it on sale because it was so old. So I'm just gonna pop these apart for you so we can look at these colors. And then push that staple back down, because I am not ready to get stabbed or snag any threads. And we're going to start with floss card number 1 with colors 1 through 15. Then we're going to go 16 through 30. And then for floss card number 2, we're going 31 through 45. So many gorgeous autumn colors in here. I know some of them don't have a lot in there, but it's all gonna add up to make gorgeous trees and background. And then the last side of the last card, we have 46 through 56. And then it looks like they gave us more of 14. Yes, I'm holding it upside down, so that is more of 14. And I'm just gonna grab these, and how I like to pick up Joy Sundaes is I always like to fold it in some sort of way. and it just makes it easier to tuck it back into the bag. So let me zoom back out. I will put this away and I will be right back. All right, everybody, thank you so much for clicking on my video today. Those were my 2 kits that I chose to review for you from VIP Cross Stitch. I think they're both absolutely gorgeous in their own way. They have both of my sides, as I always say, the cutesy stuff and the nature. So if you liked either of these, just let me know down below in the comments which one is your favorite, or maybe even which brand is your favorite. Don't forget to check out that coupon code down below so you can get your Black Friday discount. Give the video a like to show support to the channel. I know I, again, still am not posting regularly. I've had some kind of traumatic life events happen recently. I think the only reason I've been motivated to post this one is to get this Black Friday discount code out to all of you guys, because I do still love and respect you all and wanted you to take part of this deal. But also, big thank yous to VIP Cross Stitch for yet again working with me and providing these gorgeous kits that I just felt you all needed to see. The last thing I'm gonna say is subscribe if you haven't already. And I do have another video already recorded, and I will be posting that at some point, either right before or right after Thanksgiving for you guys. And yeah, so that's all set too, so you know another video is going to come out soon and you don't have to worry too much about when that's going to be. And I will see you guys then. All right, you guys, have an amazing day. Bye.